Hi guys, welcome into another FIFA 23 Tactics video. I'm Ash as always. Today I want to take you through Croatia's 4-3-3 tactics, a system of Zlatko Dalic of Croatia. We want to take you through what their World Cup system has been so far. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome along. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications every time I upload a video. Lots of great content coming your way, and you can see lots of other tactics replication videos as well. We're going to go through the tactics, the position, and also the player instructions as well, and talk about what they do and also why they do it. Before we do that, if you want to see more on this system and all the systems I've covered on the channel, ratings and rankings, strengths and weaknesses, suitable teams of players, check out my FIFA 23 Tactics package. That is available on my Patreon, where you can get access to lots of great perks and rewards. Also, give a look to my video games podcast. We've just done an episode recently covering the Saints Row franchise and what happened to the decline of a once very good set of games, so please do go and check that out as well. With that being said, let's talk about the system. So first things first, with the formation, we have a 4-3-3, and of course the sort of strength of this system is very much that incredible midfield trio of Kovacic, Brozovic and of course Luka Modric. With regards to position changes, you actually don't need to do anything with regard to that, so we can move swiftly on to the tactics. And with the tactics, we have a balanced game plan. I'm also going to show you a couple of tweaks that I noticed they made against Brazil. For example, in the quarterfinals, in extra time, when they were then chasing the game and they were 1-0 down. But first off, with this overall balanced game plan, we've got pressure on heavy touch. They like to wait until the attackers will start to press, and then the unit will kind of push up and engage them. Otherwise, they then like to kind of retreat a little bit and bed back into their shape. The width is on 20, a narrow, compact shape, forcing the opposition to try and beat them out wide in the areas, not allowing much space, if any at all, in the central areas of the pitch. The depth is on 60, giving you a mid-block, and this was very much part and parcel of why they were able to kind of get that balance between sometimes kind of hitting teams on the counter with quick transitions, and then in other moments they were able to kind of play out from the back, but still limit the amount of times that the opposition can kind of play over the top. And the mid-block allowed them to do that, so we've got that on 60. Offensively, what do we have? Well, first things first, slow build-up, going to allow you to play out from the back, particularly on goalkeeper restarts. You're going to find defenders in your own box, so you can quickly play out to them and then go from there, and it's going to allow you to play through the thirds. And then chance creation is possession. This will change when we do come on to the attacking tweaks, but generally what they do is we see how well and effectively they like to control the game. And this is going to allow them to do that. Players all around the pitch are generally going to show for the ball. And that's going to allow you to have possession on chance creation. The width is on 60. Now, I originally had this on 70, but I noticed they were a bit too stretched. You're going to notice them stretching out the game quite a lot. There's a lot of space when they are in possession, because they really like to stretch out that team. But then you'll notice that the central midfielders are too far away from each other. So I actually put this on 60 in the end and settled with that. And they are going to be a little bit closer together, which is going to be a big help for you and allow you to control the game, as we've just spoken about. Players in the box is on 6, giving you 3 players in the box, generally going to be the 3 attackers who get into the box. Occasionally, the likes of Kovacic or even Modric might kind of drift into the box. But generally it's going to be the 3 attackers, and the other guys are going to be surrounding the edge of the area. Finally, with set pieces, both the corners and free kicks are on 4. So with that being said, let's get into the player instructions. So starting off with Livakovic in goal, we've got his saving on crosses on comes for crosses, but his saving outside the box was only on balance. His performances have been very good, as we've known throughout the World Cup, and obviously you guys who've watched my channel for a long time will know that he has been a fan favourite. When we used to do suitable players, he was always the one who was the top suggested, my personal favourite suggestion, because he's just a very good keeper. I'm glad he's finally getting kind of the recognition now. Yes, he will kind of take the initiative, comes to crosses, but you don't see him drifting out of his box too much, playing as that kind of sweeper role. And with that mid-block, it is kind of less required of him. So that's just unbalanced. The 2 centre-backs are absolutely fine. You don't need to change any of them. And then with the two fullbacks, we've got a couple of different roles. Juranovic, who is, again, another one who's kind of taken plaudits throughout that World Cup. He's on join the attack for attacking runs, and then he's on overlap. But then with Sosa on the other side, it's a little bit different. He's still on overlap for his run type, but this time his attacking runs are unbalanced. You've noticed him sometimes be the one who will stay back and kind of shift in with those kind of two centre-backs. In particular against Brazil, you noticed it when he was having trouble against, well, any of the left wingers really who were on the pitch. And as a result of that, sometimes he isn't going to kind of support those attacks. So we stick to him on balanced. With the midfield then, starting off with Brozovic, his defensive behaviour is on cut passing lanes. His attacking support is stay back while attacking. You don't want him kind of drifting out of his position too much in terms of making vertical runs. And in his defensive position is cover centre. The two ahead of him are the ones who are going to be dragged out wide. He's going to man those central areas. His positioning freedom is deep lying playmaker. Very, very important. That's how you're going to get him dotting around into all these little pockets of space and going to allow you to more effectively play out from the back. With Kovacic on the left side of central midfield, then very, very generic. We've got him on balanced attacking support. We've also got him on balanced crossing runs. His positioning freedom, stick to position, and his defensive position is cover wing. Very hard to kind of zone in, because this is just the way he is. He's just that all-rounded midfielder, but he's not asked to be that out-and-out box-to-box midfielder, which is why we don't have him on getting to the boxer crosses. And again, for a similar reason why we don't have him on get forward and making runs in beyond the striker. Instead, this is going to help them to control that midfield more. So that is why we don't want him constantly getting forward. Similar with Luka Modric. This time though, with attacking support, we've got him on stay back while attacking, rather than making those forward runs. He's again going to be more of that playmaker, and he's going to instigate attacking moves with his passing and his distribution rather than his running. His support and crosses is balanced. Again, as we spoke about in the tactics, one of Kovacic or Modric will occasionally get into the box, but not enough to justify having them on permanently. His positioning freedom is free roam, and this is very, very pivotal to this system and his role. You want him just dying around, getting into all these areas, and that is really how you're going to get him controlling the game as much as possible. So you're going to get him onto the ball more, because he's going to make a lot of movement compared to if he was just on stick to position. Right then, with the front three, starting off with Ivan Perisic on the left-hand side. We've got him on comeback on defence to make sure he's tracking back. The chance creation is on stay wide, and generally what you'll find with him is when he does cut inside, it's when he's got the ball. So he'll stay wide, he'll be on the touchline, he'll get the ball, and then he'll look to angle his run and drive inside with the ball, often going on to his right foot as well. But when he's kind of out of possession and he's just positioning himself, he's going to be on stay wide, he's going to be near the touchline. His support runs are get in behind. It's getting penetrating that back line, and his support and crosses is getting to the box for the cross. Now, some slightly different roles for the right-sided midfielder. They've rotated this. Vlasic has been there, Pasalic has been there. You know, they've really kind of messed about with this a little bit, struggling to kind of tie someone down. A lot of the instructions are the same: come back on defence, get in behind, and get into the box of the cross are all the same as Perisic, but this time chance creation is cut inside. He'll angle his runs off possession as well, because you've got Juranovic on that side who will generally overlap more. Whereas on the left side with Perisic, obviously Sosa isn't always getting forward. So those two kind of complement each other well. Finally, with Petkovic up front then, his support runs are unbalanced. And then his attacking runs, his target man. He's very much going to look to hold up the ball and get runners in and around him. And then when he lays off the ball, he'll then look to make runs. And that's what you're going to get from him. His defensive support is stay forward, because he acts as that out ball and that target man. So when they want to get the ball forward in quick transitions, they then can get it up to him, and then he can hold it up. So we've spoken about the balanced game plan. Now I want to talk to you about when they are pushing for a goal and they need to make those tweaks. So how does it change a little bit? Well, first things first, defensive style now becomes press after possession loss. They'll immediately start really honing in on the man in possession whenever they lose the ball, and they'll really try and trigger that multiple twos and threes, pressing in twos and threes. So we got press after possession loss there. Offensively is when you'll see the real changes. For a start, chance creation now changes from possession to forward runs. They start getting men forward in high volume, quicker transitions than they would normally. And this is part of the reason why they were able to hit Brazil in that quarter-final. The width then goes up to 70. They'll stretch it out. They become more risky. Or they take more risks, should I say. And as a result, the game will become even more stretched. You'll find more space in between kind of each position. Players in the box goes up. This time we got it on 8. You're going to find the likes of Kovacic always getting into the box as a result this time. So we've got 4 men rather than 3 men. With the player instructions, there are some changes. One with Sosa. This time, he changes to join the attack, basically, rather than balanced, as he becomes more attacking minded. And then with Kovacic in midfield, we had him on balanced in the balanced game plan. Now in the attacking game plan, you want to, of course, change him to get into the box for the cross. Attacking support will still remain on balanced. However, with forward runs, you will find that he's providing a higher volume of runs compared to in the balanced game plan when you had it on possession. So with that being said, that's just about round it off for this video. If you've got any questions about the tactic, then please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments section. Keep an eye on the channel for all of the great content coming your way, more tactics, more videos of all kinds. And to keep an eye on that, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications every time I upload. If you want to see how this tactic ranks compared to all the other systems I've done on the channel, check out my FIFA 23 tactics package and my Patreon overall to get lots of great perks and rewards. And also don't forget to check out my podcast. The gaming podcast links are in the description down below. You can catch the video version on this channel or the audio version on all of your regular podcasting apps. With that being said, I'm now going to send you into some gameplay so you can see what the tactic is like. And until the next one, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you soon.